Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Kieran.
I'm Pauline.
This is Pauline. Welcome to Kieran Husband's Photography. If you are new here, what we tend to do is we go off and we explore the Lochaber area at the moment. So that's close to Fort William and Ben Nevis, Glencoe, all these beautiful places on the west coast of Scotland. So if you are new to this area, stay tuned because we go to a lot of beautiful places. And what we attempt to do is find shots that may not have been shot before. So if you're looking to go find something new in these areas, this may be the place for you.
And if you like midges.
If you like midges. And I'm a testament of my love for midges right now. You might notice one of my eyes is a little bit red, possibly. Is it red?
No, it's okay. Okay,
it doesn't look that red, but I've just put midgie spray in there, DEET. It's very painful. I even jumped up and down, didn't I?
You did.
I did. I even shed a tear. It was quite unpleasant. And tonight should be good, because tonight we're in search of waterfalls. It is grey, it is overcast, and it is raining, but you shouldn't let that stop you. Look for what works. For those of you that are not new to the channel though, you might have noticed I have not done a lot of waterfall photography recently. And other times that I've spent in Scotland, I've done a lot of waterfall photography and in woodland. It's been very dry recently, to be honest. There hasn't been a lot of water in the rivers to photograph. So now that it's overcast and the skies have started to fall, it's time to head into the woods, get yourself covered in as much DEET as possible, and fingers crossed, find some beautiful waterfalls. Not in your eyes. Try not to get it in your eyes. But the way I've found these waterfalls is not through word of mouth or through other people's images. I'm going on the fact that it says on the OS map, waterfalls. So that could mean anything. That could mean anything. I'm hoping it's grand and beautiful, but who knows? So it's a bit of an experiment, really. Let's see if OS, Ordnance Survey, know what they're talking about.
But I hope it's worth it, because we've been stuck in traffic for half an hour. We have.
And it's Pauline's night to cook. So hopefully we're not back too late. The adventure begins. And through the hedges. Of course. When on an adventure with me, nothing is ever simple. This is a lot easier. Maybe we'll follow this footpath here, Pauline.
Woke up from a whisper.
So the first thing I love to do when I get to locations like this where I've never been here before, I don't know what it's about, especially while I'm on slippery rocks, the best thing to do is to go for a walk, leave your camera stuff and check the scene out. I've already got like 2 or 3 different ideas, but I only want one from this waterfall, so it's got to be a good one. So because I kind of knew there wouldn't be a separation between the background and the foreground and like maybe even a clear subject, I've asked Pauline very nicely if she's happy to model for me in this scene, because then she'll be my focal point. But at the moment, all of the colours she's wearing are very dark, subdued, and she's not going to stand out. So I've got a little trick up my sleeve for that. A simple, not expensive Mac in the pack. And hopefully this is going to make Pauline stand out in all of the green. So I'm going to ask you to don that, my dear. Pauline's going to sit above the waterfall. I'm going to be down nice and low, choosing a point where the waterfall leads up into Pauline in the background. We're going to be quick, we're going to be speedy, and we're going to get it done, aren't we? Yes, go team. So I've got now a nice little step section of water leading all the way up to where Pauline is. And without that jacket, we'll see in a second, she would probably disappear. Not literally, but within the scene, she wouldn't be stood out anymore. So I'm hoping with that red jacket, she'll stand out in the scene and she'll look really obvious. So let's show you what I've got. So in front of me, I've got this green tongue of water coming up into this waterfall, up into this waterfall, and then I've got Pauline at the top going like this, because I imagine she's got loads of midges in front of her face. And she's been an absolute trooper. So if you can move that way a little bit more. Okay, so now I've got stood above that waterfall, so she's going to be standing really dominant in that scene. Again, the histogram is as far as I can go. She's posing beautifully. And there we are. And what I'm going to do is I'll be able to edit that, enhance her later, and just by having that map in a pack, I've turned what might have been a bit of a boring woodland scene into something a little bit more interesting. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head a little bit higher, get out of these midges, and fingers crossed, get some more shots. But that was a nice one, I hope. So far that's 1 to OS maps. I'm pretty happy with that waterfall. I would have loved to have been able to spend more time there, but this time of year with the midge, nah. It's a quick get set up, first idea is the only idea, get it done and get out of there, because even now we've moved away, I'm not getting bitten. So I'm looking at the scene and I'm wondering if Pauline can get across this shallow bit here and sit just above this green section, and then I shoot it from back over here. Nice leading line, focal point, Pauline, waterfall coming down both sides, joining. I think that might be a nice image. In the same time it took me to get set up, Pauline is up on that rock like an absolute pro. Okay, so I'm going to get nice and low to my scene, and then Pauline's actually sat herself perfectly. She's sort of stood right in the middle of the scene, very dominant. There's a nice little clearing just above Pauline, so she's getting a lovely light coming down on top of her, and she looks awesome. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on Pauline and leave a nice wide open aperture. So again, I'm going to do this in a one shot capture. I've focused on Pauline on f4, ISO 64, which gives me a shutter speed of 1.6. I'm going to get Pauline to look up into that direction up there. She's going to stand with her arms slightly down by her side, looking up to this side, very godly, very powerful. And I'm just going to capture that image now. And that is looking awesome, looking absolutely awesome. I'm going to make the scene slightly bigger above Pauline to make it more about her, centralizing her more, and then hopefully that will look even more powerful. What an awesome shot. Now I'm going to move slightly closer and see if I can get both sides of that waterfall. Okay, time to get wide, and this shot, hopefully, is going to be beautiful. I've gone for f4.5, ISO 64, 1/6 of a second exposure, and I'm just going to get Pauline to do the same thing as she did before, look up to the right hand side, and hopefully it's going to be a beautiful shot. So you look up that way, and there we are, finished shot, looking awesome. Thank you, Pauline. And I tell you, these midges, they are hungry. She has been an absolute trooper today, up on that waterfall, standing there waiting for a shot for me. I tell you, you couldn't ask for anything more. Got back off the waterfall, and I was just saying to the camera how much I appreciate having somebody that is willing to climb across a raging torrent to try and get the perfect shot. And I tell you, them two shots that I captured, I'm not sure which one's the best, but they are both spot on. But Pauline thinks it's all over, and it's not yet. I've got one more climb for her to do, which hopefully, fingers crossed, doesn't involve a wet foot, but it could. So just over here, I've got this beautiful birch tree that just has a sprig of light hitting that the branch coming out, and it just looks so beautiful. I've got a nice clearing here, so I'm thinking if Pauline stands on them rocks just over there, I'll come nice and low down here, shoot wide up, capture that light in that scene, and hopefully capture a banger. It involved a wet foot. I'm sorry, Pauline. But absolute trooper, she made it. Wet foot or not, she didn't stop. What a trooper. But look at the scene. Okay, so I've got Pauline up on the rock right now, and she is looking absolutely awesome. The light is definitely on that branch and not on Pauline, but it's still going to make a nice shot. I'm going to focus on Pauline, make sure she's looking good because she is the focal point. I'm going to capture the shot nice and quick so we can get out of here. So histogram, push it as far as I can, capture that image, and capture that shot again. Okay, if you can look over that way. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's still recording or working, but you've just fallen in the water. So I'm going to finish the vlog here. I hope you've had a lovely time watching this video. Pauline has been an absolute trooper. If it is still working, I'll see you back in... Peace out, bitch. Bye. So, we're back. Pauline's finished doing her dance moves, which is good. Not that they were bad. I'm not saying that at all. The microphone didn't last as well as the camera. Won't turn off. So if anyone's got any tricks on Rode Mini Go 1 and any tricks to get it to turn off without running out of battery, that would be great. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed the vlog, and that's going to be all from me. Big thank you to Pauline for her help. And that's all from Pauline.
I'll bill you.
She'll bill me. Hopefully not too expensive. If it is expensive, make sure you like, comment and share, and let's get some subscribers on this channel so then I can start monetizing and making some money. Anyway, other than that, peace out. Have a lovely week.
Bye.